Hey everyone, and welcome. The world of AI can feel, well, a little intimidating, right? Like you need to be some kind of math wizard just to open the door. But what if I told you the very first step is actually way simpler than you think? Today, we're going to demystify that first, absolutely crucial step, getting a handle on the core language of AI, which is Python.
Let's just kick things off with one number that basically says it all. According to GitHub's latest report, a staggering 80% of all AI and machine learning projects out there are built using Python. I mean, look at that. This isn't just a popular choice, it's a total landslide. To put it simply, Python is the language of AI.
So how are we going to get you from just being curious about AI to actually being capable of building things? Well, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll dig into why Python completely rules the AI world. Then, we'll pack your virtual toolkit with the absolute essentials. After that, we'll see those tools in action, lay out a clear learning path for you, and by the end of this, you'll be ready to start your own AI adventure.
All right, let's jump right into our first stop, really understanding why Python has become the undisputed king of the AI landscape. And that's a really good question, right? I mean, with all the programming languages out there, how on earth did this one become the default for what might be the most transformative technology of our lifetime?
Well, it really comes down to a perfect storm of three things. First off, it's just simple. Python's code is so clean that it almost reads like plain English. That means you can focus on solving the actual problem, not wrestling with weird syntax. Second, the toolkit. It has this incredible ecosystem of powerful, specialized libraries built specifically for AI. And third, well, all the big players are using it. When giants like Google, Facebook, and Amazon are all building their AI with Python, it just creates this massive, self-reinforcing cycle of growth and community support.
Okay, so now that we've got the why down, let's get into the what. This is your essential AI toolkit, the stuff that will form the foundation for pretty much everything you're going to build.
First up is Anaconda. The best way to think about this is like an AI mechanic in a box. Seriously, instead of spending hours or even days hunting down all the right tools and trying to get them to work together, Anaconda just gives you everything you need, all bundled up and ready to go. It is by far the fastest way to get from zero to actually writing code.
Next on our list is NumPy, which stands for Numerical Python. This is the superpowered calculator of the entire AI world. And its secret weapon? It's something called an ND array. Just think of it as a super fast, highly organized grid for crunching numbers. It's the engine that does all the heavy mathematical lifting that AI requires, but at lightning speed.
And then we have Pandas. If NumPy is your supercalculator, then Pandas is your master data detective. It's like an incredibly smart spreadsheet that lets you investigate, clean up, and make sense of messy, real-world data. And trust me, in AI, you spend most of your time doing this detective work, which makes Pandas your #1 most used tool. So you might be wondering, why is this NumPy thing such a big deal? Well, it all comes down to one word: speed. I mean, ridiculous speed. Imagine you have a list with 1,000,000 numbers, and you need to add 5 to every single one. Basic Python would chug through that one by one, 1,000,000 separate steps. That's the turtle on the left. NumPy, on the other hand, uses something called vectorized operations to do it all in one single blazing fast move. That's the rocket ship on the right. We're not talking a small improvement here. This can be hundreds of times faster. In the world of AI, that's the difference between waiting a few seconds versus waiting a few hours.
Okay, enough theory. That's all great, but let's get our hands dirty and actually see how these tools work together to solve a real problem. So we're going to tackle a classic problem: predicting house prices. Let's say we have a data set with features like the square footage of a house, how many bedrooms it has, and how old it is. Our goal is to use this data to build a simple model that can predict the price.
And you know what? Most AI projects follow a pretty simple 4-step recipe. First, you import your libraries. That's like a chef laying out their knives and tools. Second, you use Pandas to load and inspect the data, checking your ingredients. Third, and this is so important, you use Pandas and NumPy to clean and prep the data. This is your mise en place, and it's where most of the work happens. And finally, you feed that beautifully prepared data into a model to train it. This basic 4-step process is the backbone of almost every AI project you will ever work on.
So you've seen the why, you've seen the what, and you've had a glimpse of the how. Now let's get personal and map out your journey from beginner to proficient. Look, this isn't something you learn overnight, but it is 100% doable. The key is to just take it one step at a time. Plan to spend a few weeks really nailing down the fundamentals of Python itself, then dedicate a week or two to getting comfortable with NumPy. After that, another couple of weeks to become a pro with Pandas. And that last step, well, that one never really ends. You just keep practicing, building real projects, and getting better with every single one.
Now, as you get started, I want to give you a heads up on a few common traps people fall into. The biggest one by far is skipping the Python fundamentals. You really have to walk before you can run. Another one is what I call tutorial paralysis, where you watch video after video but never actually write any code. A great rule to live by is to spend 80% of your time coding and only 20% watching. Also, don't be scared of the official documentation. It's your best friend, I promise. And finally, always be asking yourself, could I do this faster with a vectorized operation?
All right, let's bring it all home. We've gone over a lot of ground, but it really all boils down to a few key ideas that are going to launch your journey into AI.
So if you remember nothing else from our time today, let it be this. 1. Start with a rock-solid foundation in Python. 2. Master NumPy, because that's the engine that makes everything go fast. 3. Become an expert in Pandas, because data preparation is, no joke, like 80% of the actual job. And, most importantly, practice. Apply what you're learning. Build things. Even tiny projects will teach you more than just watching ever could.
I really want to leave you with this idea. The AI revolution isn't on its way, it's already here. Learning these skills isn't just about programming. It's about getting your ticket to actually participate in building the future. And Python? Well, Python is your gateway. And with that, your journey really does begin right now. The tools are there, the path is clear, so the only question that's left is, what will you build?